We've just finished our third day here and our second official day, 3 practice sessions. So we're looking forward to qualifying in race 1 tomorrow. I'm with Daniel, and Daniel's had the longest journey here really. He did 14 days in quarantine for the first round. He stayed here for a fortnight and he's here for this weekend. Then he's got to go back to Hong Kong, do another 14 days quarantine. So the first question, Daniel, you really wanted to race this season.
It takes a special kind of crazy, but yeah, this year, in 2020, what do you say? You make it work if you want to make it work. And yes, it was a long way around and there was a lot of quarantine and cost and headache and all the rest, but that's what we do. We go racing, so you do what you need to do.
Yeah. So this year you've swapped. Last year was an Am-Am lineup with Henk. This year you're with Sandy and it's a Pro-Am lineup, which seems to be the way to go if you want to win, or it looks like the best way. So what was your thinking by teaming up with Sandy and how's it working out?
If I do the second part first, it's working out really well. Driving with Sandy's, it's a great way to, firstly we get on really well, so that's really good. And Sandy, everyone knows how good he is, how quick he is, and the fact that he's an Audi Sport Asia driver. The extra lift is that I can learn even more driving with him. We all share data, we all talk, but that added bit of pressure, the added bit of performance, it's a way of lifting my own driving. But also, after last year, we sort of took a calculated decision to switch the lineups a little bit and drop the silver. And like you say, Pro-Am seemed the way to go. It seemed like the logical point to put the 2 class champions together from last year, and it's so far working well. We haven't had the results that we wanted or could have had, largely out of our control. But this weekend, we'll put it to the acid test and see how it goes.
Okay. Well, we've had 3 days on track, and you seem to be working a lot. There's been a lot of programs you've been going through with the techs. We've got to rejuggle technical lineup because of COVID. So you seem to be making you and the car and Sandy seem to be making progression every day, and the times are coming down. So you're pretty happy you're where you expect to be, and
you always expect to be quicker. We're happy with the progress that we've made, and we did a lot of testing this week with the private sessions, then the official practice sessions, and we've learning the tyre, learning the car a bit more with that tyre in the temperatures. And even though Duarte, our engineer, is sitting in Macau, he's live streamed into the pits, he's got all the data, he's literally on the CCTV seeing what everyone's doing. We put special cameras in place for him and Michael on the 26 car to be able to see things firsthand. It's challenging. I'm not going to say it's a bed of roses. It is hard, but it's working. And data transfer is the real headache, and getting that in a timely manner. But we're making it work. We ran our whole test program, which was great. Different tyres, different setups, different temperatures, pressures. Driving wise, we've been doing a lot of work as well. We've been chipping away like we do. So it's moving forward, but we're not there yet.
Well, you kind of half answered my next question, was about Duarte and the remote engineering. I wanted to ask you how that was working. We were all kind of a little bit unsure before how it would work, but it seems to be pretty smooth. And I see you and Sandy with the headphones in, hooked in and on an iPad talking to him a lot. So can you just tell me a little bit about how that's worked to your expectation?
It's been new to all of us, with the exception of Duarte, because he's done it with Super GT in Japan and such. But it took a little bit of getting used to, but it actually does work relatively well. It's always best to have in-person conversations. The biggest challenge is managing the time more efficiently. You can't just sort of have a quick chat about the data that's to hand immediately. We've got to transfer big files. So the technology side of things has been really eye-opening, but it does work quite well. You just have to be a little bit more meticulous around the planning on when you have the conversations, how, as you said, Sandy and I will be talking to Duarte throughout the day, and whether it's on a simple WhatsApp phone call or a video screen share arrangement where we're going through data and sharing files on the live platform, which, we've all got our laptops fired up all weekend. So it works. It does get us what we need. We just have to be a little more time sensitive
Yeah.
and for fast changes and fast decisions in changes, that gets a little more tricky.
Yeah.
For example, we've got a relay point between the engineer and the car to relay instructions, who can hear both car and engineer and then relay messages both ways, because we haven't been able to get the technology in place to have a live feed, voice feed to the engineer. So it's working.
Okay, well, we've got next stop is qualifying coming up tomorrow morning. You think you're in a reasonably good position? You're fairly bullish about that we can go forward and get a good position on the grid?
Yes, we are. We're confident in the car, we're confident in the team, we're confident in the drivers. There is a lot to still sort out with the balance of performance and to see how that works. But in terms of our own preparations, we're ready. Sandy is doing a fantastic job. Duarte's doing a great job. The mechanics, the crew, everyone's focused. I'm expecting more from myself, as I always do. I've been improving each session this week, and I want to continue that into quali tomorrow to give us the best possible shot for a good starting position.
Okay, well, thank you, Daniel, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.